There's a moment of your investing journey that not a lot of people talk about. It's not when you hit $1 million. It's not when you hit 500,000. It happens somewhere around $100,000 invested. And when it does, everything about how money works start to look completely different, not because the rule has changed, because the math has finally caught up with you. Now, I remember the exact moment when my portfolio did this and I hit the six digits. I checked my account in the morning, and for the first time ever, my portfolio had gained a much higher balance than I earned in an entire week just sitting there while I slept when the market went up in the morning. And I tell you what actually changed at that number, because it's not what most people expect. And more importantly, I want to show you and understand the fastest way to get there. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first, why $100,000? Because I think the financial world has really set a terrible job of knowing where the milestones are for a majority of people. Everyone talks about being a millionaire. They want to be a millionaire. And that's a great goal, but it is so far away from a majority of people. It creates almost an invisible psychological barrier. And it feels like wealth is something that is happening to other people, not to you. And it will cause a lot of people, and I have seen it again and again and again, not to even start investing or to give up very early, or they don't feel like if they're putting 50, 100, $200 into a portfolio, it's not even going to matter at all. Now, here's the truth when it comes to that. The most important milestone in your investing journey is not your first $1 million. It's your first 100,000, because that is when compounding stops being a concept that we read about, the eighth wonder of the world, and starts being something actually that you'll see in your portfolio. That's where the math starts to shift, and that's where the slow grind starts to feel like a tailwind and portfolios start increasing exponentially. And once you feel it, you will know exactly how the compounding interest works. And when it gets to scale, and you might never think about money the same way again. Charlie Munger said it, Warren Buffett said it, the first $100,000 is always the hardest, not because the percentage is bigger, because it is hard to believe until you actually see it. Everything after that $100,000 mark is just a matter of patience. So let me break down exactly what changes and why in four very specific ways. Change number one, compounding now becomes visible. When you have $5,000 invested at that 10% return, you're making $500 a year. That's about $41 a month for a majority of people, barely noticeable. But when you hit that $100,000 at a 10% return, you are making $10,000 a year. That is $833 a month. That's a car payment. That is a mortgage contribution. That could be your rent. Real money hitting that account from investments alone. The math didn't change, just the scale of the money did. And that scale is what compounding makes it feel real instead of being just theoretical that we talk about. Change number two, volatility starts to work for you rather than against you. This is one that nobody talks about. When you have $10,000 invested and the market drops 10%, that means you lost $1,000. For most people, that will hurt. It will feel personal. When you have $100,000 invested and the market drops 10%, yes, you're down $10,000 on paper, but now when it recovers, that 10% gain gives you back 10,000 in pure growth. The same percentage swing that used to feel devastating when you started investing starts to look like an opportunity, because your base is big enough to make the recovery actually be meaningful. Change number three, your psychology flips completely. This one is huge and almost no one talks about this. When you first start investing, every day the market is down, it feels almost like a personal attack. You watch your balance, you question your choices, you wonder if you made a mistake when it comes to investing. But somewhere around $100,000, after you've been through a couple market cycles, after you've seen the market drop, you've seen it come back, you stop reacting and you start executing, which I've done for about the last 15 years. You go from asking yourself, should I sell? Did I make a bad decision? Into, should I buy more because this is a dip in the market? That psychology shift alone is worth more than any annual percentage yield you're going to find, because the number one killer of long-term investment and returns is human behavior. And that $100,000, most investors have finally developed the confidence and really stop getting in their own way, stop making adjustments to portfolios, and know exactly a plan when it comes to investing. And change number four, momentum becomes almost unstoppable. This is where pure math really comes in with an argument. The first $100,000 may have taken you years, maybe even a decade to get that money. Consistency, maybe some sacrifice on your part. The next 100,000 going from 100K to 200,000 takes dramatically less time, because now your money is doing a majority of the work. When we look at that 10% return, if you have a $100,000 portfolio, the first year you're adding $10,000 without touching it, without making contributions. You're not starting from zero anymore like a majority of people. You have a machine that is working for you, and that machine is getting more powerful every single year that you leave it alone and you don't make any adjustments. So let me put some real numbers behind this because I think it makes the whole thing really click instead of just being a description or something that we talk about. So when we start looking at $500 a month with that 10% return, what $100,000 actually looks like, month 1 through 12 at $5,000 invested, market adds $417 a year. When you hit that $50,000 mark, your market is adding roughly $5,000 a year. Momentum in that portfolio is starting to build. When you hit that $100,000 mark, now the market is adding $10,000 a year. That is more than $800 a month just from investments, not including anything else you're putting in there. So the time to reach that $100,000 at $500 a month, you're looking at 9 to 10 years. So it is almost a decade to get to that $100,000 portfolio. Now the time to go from $100,000 to $200,000, if you keep that same contribution at $500, is approximately 5 to 6 years. Then when you look at $200,000 to $400,000 at the $500 a month, so keeping the exact same contribution, it is going to take you 4 to 5 years, which is crazy. You see what happened there? The time that it takes for you to double your money is actually shrinking, not because you're working harder, not because you're making more contributions. It's because the base is bigger and compounding is exponential. It is not linear. And that is what the curve looks like in life. Painfully slow at the start, then almost shockingly fast when you start getting real mass, when you start getting a good portfolio behind there. And here's the number that I want to sit with you. If you hit $100,000 by the age of 35 and never contribute another dollar, you just leave it alone at that 10% average, that $100,000 will turn to $1.7 million at the age of 65. $100,000 left alone for 30 years, $1.7 million. And that is the power of the milestone. That's why getting to that $100,000 as fast as possible is the single most important financial goal for a majority of people watching this video right now. So then the obvious next question is, how do you actually get to investing that $100,000 and make it there as fast as possible? This is where I want to be very direct with you because a lot of financial content really overcomplicates when it comes to investing. For the growth phase from getting 0 to 100, you want the highest quality, lowest cost, most consistent return ETFs that we have out there. We are not trying to get rich quick. We're trying to build a base that is going to compound for that next 30 years. That means things for most people. And there are going to be 3 things we are going to look at, really depending on where you are in the aggression and how really aggressive you want to be at the portfolio. Now, foundation, we talk about the VOO or the VTI. That is just kind of static. This is the S&P 500 or the total US market. Historic average around 10%. Even looking at the last 20 years, it's been outperforming that 10%. Expense ratio of a 0.03. This is the engine. This is what is going to turn those $100 investment into real wealth for ordinary individuals. You don't need to find the next hot stock. You don't need to invest and follow social media when it comes to talking about what you need to buy right now. You own a piece of the 500 best companies in the United States and let them do what they've always done and grow over an exponential time. Now, for my growth engine within my portfolio, I chose the QQQM. This is the accelerator if you have time, if you have that 30-year runway. This tracks, of course, the NASDAQ 100, higher volatility, higher long-term potential returns. If you're under 45 or even 50, that $100,000 can add 20 to 30% of your portfolio in there. Really gives you a compounding engine that is going to give you a lot more runway than we see with the VOO. You'll have more down days, of course. You'll have more up years and over a 10 to 20 horizon. You want exponential returns out of this, and that's exactly when you're closing the gap and actually outperforming the market. Then we start looking at some of the more aggressive funds. For this one, I would choose the SMH, which is the Van Eck Semiconductor Fund. This has been crushing the VOO. This has been absolutely crushing the QQQM. When it comes to wanting to build that portfolio to $100,000 as fast as possible, you can actually cut this down substantially if AI and if the market continues to run as it has. And once you've hit that 100,000 milestone, really you start introducing something else, which is a little bit more value, could be even a little bit more dividend income. Something like an SC is a very strong baseline where if you look at 5 or 10% of the portfolio, because now at this point, your compounding machine is big enough to actually generate meaningful income. Before that $100,000, dividend income from the SCHD wouldn't move the needle fast enough. There's no reason to carry it. After that $100,000, it becomes a substantial income layer that we have in there, already on top of that 90% growth. In this case, sequence matters, growth first, income after you have critical mass, or income after. Okay, so if that $100,000 is our target, how can we compress this timeline to actually get it done much faster? There are 3 levers, that's it. You only need to pull one of the 3 levers, or if you can do all 3, even better. It will dramatically shrink the timeline that we have to hit that $100,000 goal. Lever number 1, increasing the contribution. Every $100 a month you'd redirect from spending to investing is going to cut months, possibly even years off of that time frame. Doesn't sound dramatic, but when you start looking at compounding math, it absolutely is. If you just think an extra $200 a month at a 10% return will compress your path to that $100,000 by roughly 18 months. So you're cutting a year and a half of the runway off of getting to that first $100,000 just by making a larger contribution. Lever number 2, eliminate the high debt first. If you have credit cards that are 20%, 22, 25%, if you're investing in the VOO at a 10% return, you're mathematically losing ground when it comes to your money. Pay off the high interest debt first, then redirect every single dollar that was going to those payments right into that investment account. That is a guaranteed 20% return from eliminating that debt. No ETF out there can really touch it. And then lever number 3, ensuring you're using the right accounts. We are talking Roth IRAs first, $7,000 tax-free growth this year, 401k for the employer match, and that is really up to 100% of instant match in there. That is returning dollar for dollar you're putting in there if they do offer a match. Then we're looking at taxable brokerage accounts for anything above and beyond that. The account structure doesn't change the way we're investing. It changes how much of the money you're actually going to keep when you start looking at this long term. And over the path of that $100,000, that difference can be very significant. So here's the bottom line, guys. That $100,000, it isn't just a number, it's a threshold. It is the point where investing stops feeling like a sacrifice, starts feeling like a little bit of a system. When every market dips, it becomes more of an opportunity, then a threat, then a pullback in the portfolio. This is when your money genuinely starts working harder than you do. The first $100,000, I'm not going to lie, is always going to be the hardest because the math is hard. Making the sacrifices, making the contributions are very, very hard. But the belief is hard. Believing that $500 a month in the VOO is actually going to make a difference. Believing that staying consistent through a down market will actually pay off in dividends. The belief is boring, but the patience approach when it comes to investing is going to win every time. And trust me, it does. I've lived and I've watched my own portfolio grow. I've watched it happen to people where I've actually started. If you're starting at 0 right now, I was there years ago. As I made 401k contributions, as we made brokerage contributions, as we started and we did eliminate all of our debt, really made a big difference being able to turn that on and start investing on there. So one action step to really take away from this video, open the brokerage account today, calculate how far you are from $100,000. If you're 12,000, you're even closer than you think. Even if you're at 0, this is the day when you can start. I got some links down below for M1 Finance and Robinhood. Make sure you use those guys, really support the channel. Either way, you got to know your number. $100,000 is the goal because it can't close the gap that you haven't mastered at all. Now, of course, guys, drop a comment down below and tell me where you at right now in that past $100,000. Have you already passed it? I want to know because I genuinely believe this community is, and really one of the most important things about this channel. I read every single comment that is down there and reply. And if this video, of course, helped you any in your investing journey, definitely subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, give it a like. Share it out if anyone needs it because we have videos that are coming out every day, and I'll catch you in the next one.